Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from the second group. I'm Aldi and my friend Aisyah will explain a little about the talk of Islamic education according to Muhammad Yunus. The first is biography. Muhammad Yunus was born in a village called Sungayang Batu Sangkar, Tanah Datar, Jensi, West Sumatra on Saturday 30 Ramadan 13 and 16 Hijriah coincided February 10, 18 and 19 AD. He grew up in a pious family and adhered to the teaching of Islam. His father's name was Yunus bin Inca, a former student at Surau Islamic boarding school. He was appointed a priest according to all domestic customs. Yunus bin Inca was known as a very familiar, honest, and noble-hearted person. His mother's name was Hafsah binti Imam Sami'un. Imam Sami'un is the son of Doyan Muhammad Ali with the title Engku Kala, a great scholar in Sungayang. Muhammad Yunus, as a child, was known to be very strong in his memorization. If he listens to a story, then he can repeat the story in its entirety, from beginning to end. In 1906, when he was approximately 7 years old, he had started reciting the Quran at his grandfather's surau, Muhammad Tahir bin Muhammad Ali, with the title Engku Gadang. Muhammad Yunus was given an understanding by his grandfather as well as his Quran teacher that a very important lesson to learn is to read and understanding the Quran and learn how to pray perfectly and how to guide fasting. At that time, the village still believed in superstition and fairy tales. In 1908, Muhammad Yunus attended a public school after receiving the blessing of his parents. After he quit the village school in 1910, he asked his father to take him to the residence of Haji Muhammad Taib Umar in Surau Tanjung Pauh to study there and officially become a student at Madras School. The second is Muhammad Yunus' concept of talk in Islamic education. First, the purpose of Islamic education. The purpose of Islamic education, according to Muhammad Yunus, is seen in his idea that Islamic education graduates are not inferior to graduates of education who study in advanced school. Even graduates of Islamic education are of better quality than graduates of that school. Furthermore, Muhammad Yunus formulated the main objectives of Islamic education in several ways: to educate individuals for the ability to do the job, to prepare students so that when they grow up, they will be able to do the work of the world and the parties of the hereafter, so that happiness is achieved in this world and the hereafter. Second is Islamic education curriculum. He tried to reflect the balance between religious knowledge and general knowledge, which at that time was not known in traditional madrasah. This can be seen in the normal Islamic Padang curriculum. Religious science is tafsir Al-Quran, hadis, fikih or usul fikih, Arabic science, insak, mutola'ah, hafudhat, qawaid, adab al-lughah. The general science is algebra, measurement, natural science or chemistry, life science or geology, economy, Islamic dates, Indonesian or world history, earth science or astrology. Islamic education institution. According to Muhammad Yunus, there are three institutions that have an influence in shaping the personality and character of a child, namely, the first educational institution, according to Muhammad Yunus, is the household. The household has a huge influence in the formation of the character of children. Education at home is emphasized on character building, character, personality, skills to do work or daily tasks that are usually done at home. The second educational institution, according to Muhammad Yunus, is a school or madrasah. School is a place to educate and teach children, which has rules and regulations that children must obey. The task of school is not merely to teach children to read, write, and count, but much more important than that, the school tries to prepare children to fulfill the needs of the community where they live and lead a perfect life. The third educational institution that have an influence on children's education are the environment and community association. According to Mahmud Yunus, the environment and nature around children, as well as their peers, have a huge influence on the formation of children's morals. A good environment will produce children with noble hearts, and vice versa, a bad environment will produce children who do commendable actions. In connection with the educational institution mentioned above, Mahmud Yunus introduced Kuliah Al-Muallimin Al-Islamiyah or KMI or Normal Islam on April 1, 1930, where teaching was carried out in classes with a predetermined schedule and curriculum.
Number 3 is about methods of learning in Islamic education. Mahmud Yunus declared Al-Tariqa ahammu min al-maddah. 433 means teaching methods are more important than learning materials. There were some of Mahmud Yunus' moderate thinking about a brand new approach to education then, but it still exists today. First, Mahmud Yunus had successfully laid down and read specifically the methods of teaching Islamic faith, worship, morality, and history for children, youth, and adults. Second, Mahmud Yunus encouraged using the intricate approach to teach religious and general knowledge. Number 4 is about morals and ethics educators. In view of Mahmud Yunus, the teacher had a crucial task. He functioned in the development of science and was able to improve people's life. The moral and ethics that educators should have, said Mahmud Yunus, as follows. First, a teacher must love and love his disciples as love and love his own child, thinking of their circumstances as if of his own children. Second, teachers maintain good relations with children. Third, educators should take note of the faculty's psychological condition. Fourth, a teacher must be aware of his duty toward society. 5. The modern educational concept of Mahmud Yunus. The definition of education. The definition of education is an undertaking that is deliberately selected to influence and help children that aim to improve science, physical, and moral ideals, can gradually lead to their highest goals and ideals, to a happy life, and what is just can benefit them, society, nation, country, and religion. The aim of Islamic education. As for the purpose of Islamic education, according to Mahmud Yunus, it is to learn about and know Islamic science and apply it. Islamic Education Institute. An aspect of the Islamic Education Institute, Mahmud Yunus founded the Al-Islam Al-Jami'ah Al-Islamiyah and Islam Normal in the fields. After he returned home from Egypt in the 1931, the program ran from 12 years, with the following education: Ibtidaiyah Grand 4 years, Sanawiyah 4 years, and Aliyah 4 years. Islamic Education Curriculum. Mahmud Yunus first integrate curriculum that combines religious and general science in the Islamic institution, especially in developing Arabic teaching. Mahmud Yunus outlines the points of the lesson plan at the various stages of the education as follows. First, Kutab lesson plan or basic education, reading the Quran and memorizing it. The points of Islam, such as the way of breathing, stool, fasting, writing, stories or history of the great Muslim, reading and memorizing poetry, arithmetic, points of Nahwu and Soraf. Second, the intermediate lesson plan, the Quran and literary, fikih, tafsir, hadis, nahwu, sorof, definition, science, mantik, falak, tarikh, science, medicine, and music. Third, lesson plan on higher education.